Glad to be joined remotely by Jeremy Harrell of a group called Veterans Club, Inc. to talk about the coronavirus's effect on veterans. He would normally be joining us from Kentucky, but he's actually here on the island. So welcome to the Lowcountry, Jeremy. Good to see you.
Absolutely. Good to see you. Thank you all for having me on today to talk about this important subject.
Well, let's talk about it. How are veterans more acutely impacted from the coronavirus situation than others?
Well, what we've recognized is our most vulnerable veterans, those who are suffering from mental illness or effects of combat or their service to our country. Social distancing could be misconstrued as social isolation. Yeah. And although I agree with the directive of social distancing and understand the importance of how that can be a major player in the COVID recovery modality, it also could create an opportunity for vets who already isolate to continue to isolate even more. And what we do as an organization is we fight against isolation because we recognize that isolation is a killer in the veteran community because there's no support when you isolate. And so we have been talking to vets about the importance of staying connected, and that social distance doesn't mean isolate. It just means that we stay connected using the platforms that we're given, technology, telephone, just email, just other opportunities to connect than what we're used to, but we need to stay connected.
So is that what you're trying to do more than anything, is just keep the guys and ladies calling each other, Zooming each other, or using the technology that we have now to stay in touch and to support each other?
Absolutely. That's exactly what we're trying to encourage. Because in the veteran community, one of my jobs is to ensure that veterans stay alive and they don't fall into that 22-a-day veteran suicide category. In order to do that, we have to ensure that we create ways of connection because we believe that connection is a foundation to resolving those issues. However, it's been tough because we need to do that safely because we have a pandemic on our hands as well. So we're trying to balance both of those, and we've been able to do that. Just like you said, with you having Zoom meetings every Thursday called The Briefing, where we share resources, information, encourage one another. We've changed our equine therapy program to do an individualized now where there's nobody around, and we practice, with CDC guidelines and things like that. You just have to get real creative, and we've been able to do that. But we can't forget about the deadly pandemic we have on the other side of the spectrum, which I consider is veteran suicide, and 22 vets a day kill themselves. So we have to make sure that we're aware of that as well.
Real quickly, what can those of us who are civilian non-veterans do to help?
Yeah, so the best way to do that is we've started a campaign called Who's Your One campaign. And what that means is, we would like to ask those who have a vet in their family or know of a veteran to sort of adopt the veteran in a way that they can call and encourage, connect, to just have fellowship with them at a distance, of course, until this passes. But I think if we all just reached out and showed that we care, a lot of times it's just a simple phone call that makes all the difference in the world to a veteran who is struggling. So we just need to make sure that we're aware of both, that yes, we do have a pandemic and it's a crisis in our country, but there's also another crisis, and that's making sure our veterans are alive and getting the help that they need.
All good stuff. His website, veteransclubinc.org. You can find out more ideas there. Thanks so much, Jeremy. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. Have a great day.
Jeremy Harrell of Veterans Club, Inc. We also want to thank Phil Hartman, Hannah Horn, and Brian Keinert for their insights. And as always, we thank you for taking the time to check out the Hilton Head News. We'll be checking you out from a distance around our island home this week.